Hey everyone, Buddha here, gonna bring you the second game of this show match between EGIdra and his opponent sixjaxDDE. Now, thank you to my observer Juggernaut who actually told me the shortcut to bring this up. This little head thing at the top, I wanted to say overlay, but it's just a head delay, I guess, is very nice. It brings a lot of glamour to the replay. Now, in the first game, this is a best of 3 series, by the way, and in the first game, Idra was looking very tight at the end. He was struggling to get those Broodlords out. He tried to delay DDE as much as he could. He eventually did manage to get the Broodlords out, and as soon as those Broodlords came out, DDE had no answer to him and just GG'd after a small push by Idra. We'll just have to see what happens in the second game on Shakura's Plateau. This is a best of 3 series, and hopefully we'll see another great game by these two players. Now, this was on Battle.net. It wasn't part of any tournament, so it was just a show match or practice games. And I don't think there are any observers in here for now. DDE actually gonna wall down on the lower ground here with his first barracks. Might actually try a 2 racks pressure. Idra did go for a fast expand in the first game. He's already at 15 supply, so that is a hint that he's going to go for a fast expand. There he goes, sending that drone up to expand, and look at that perfect timing. As soon as that drone gets there, he has 300 minerals. He's a bit late on it though. We can actually excuse him. Now sending his rally points and gonna start droning up just one more before throwing down his pool. Once again, 2 racks pressure coming from DDE, so this will be very hard to hold for Idra. This rushed instances aren't that long, and this scouting SCV will know where Idra is before the Marines actually make their way to the base. And this pool just now started for Idra, so he will have to pull all his drones and absolutely prevent this bunker from going up. That bunker is crucial. If it goes up, Idra will lose this hatchery, and it will be so hard for him to come back. The pool now just halfway done. This first SCV not going to start his bunker before the Marines get there. This first Marine should actually start making his way to the other side of the map. He will intercept this drone, maybe prevent him from scouting up in the base, but denies it from walking up. He does see the 2 racks, so Idra is well prepared here. He is making an extractor and now pulling 5 drones. This SCV's days are counted right now. And 3 Marines making their way across the map. 1 Marine could have actually already been here, and I think that's a little blunder by DDE. That initial Marine could have walked all the way across the map and microed indefinitely against these drones and maybe picked off 1 or 2, doing small damage. Now he's just going to turn around and decide to actually pick off this Overlord. This Overlord might get picked off if Idra doesn't react fast enough. There he goes. He is going to try and pull it out, but there are 3 Marines. They will take down this Overlord so fast. And once again, Idra losing this Overlord in the early game. He actually does save it with only 5 hit points. And these Lings are going to walk across, try and intercept these Marines. So nice save here. You can barely see the Overlord. If I am actually here, I can't even select it. I need to put my screen up here. And these Lings will be thwarted away by this whole group of Marines that will be making their way across the map. But this Spinecrawler for Idra will keep him safe, at least for now. He is going to drone up behind this. It's actually 4 more Lings in production. I feel like he doesn't actually need those. Maybe he wants to pick off this small group of Marines while they walk across, but speed isn't even done here, so it will be very hard to actually pick off a group of 7 Marines without speed. Now gonna start droning up behind this. You can see he is already 4 harvesters ahead, and DDE has his expansion up, getting the 3rd barracks, 4th and 5th barracks, throwing down the tech lab on one of them. So he will be going very heavy Marines here. If Idra actually scouts this, he will without a doubt be going Banelings. Probably gonna go Banelings by default anyways. They're still just mining gas with a single drone. Gonna get that 200 gas eventually for the lair. because you absolutely need Baneling speed against the Marines, or else they will never ever catch up and you can kite them forever and lose all your Banelings. So it's quite useless to actually get Baneling nest before getting your lair, because you absolutely need your Baneling speed. Now throwing down a macro hatch. This time it's actually very wise, because he's gonna go very Ling heavy, and actually he could have expanded here. I guess this push could have been dangerous, but there aren't any Hellions to actually deny very fast third bases, and I think that with the amount of Lings he could produce on 2 bases, he should be safe. But a micro hatch is very safe here by Idra. He's a bit oversaturated in the main here, but when he pulls 3 drones to actually mine gas, he will have perfect saturation. And now gonna keep droning up behind this 2 drones, the Baneling nest, the lair almost complete, as well as 2 more spine crawlers in the front base and 10 lings. A scan for DDE reveals the 3 spine crawlers and the few speedlings in front, as well as the Baneling nest. I think, no, he does not see this, but he should be expecting that 1 Overlord gonna go down for Idra. Now he is supply blocked, so he can't produce any more units, but these initial Banelings should be enough to actually thwart away this small attack. He might lose his spine crawler, but these Banelings, he actually decides to cancel 2 spine crawlers. So he thinks he has enough, and he does have enough. These could get a nice surround on this little infantry army, and the Banelings could actually just crunch forward into them. So DDE forced to retreat here, already throwing down a 3rd command center. It's almost done, as well as his first tech building, his first factory, and an eBay. He is going to go across the map and try and snipe some overlords. He manages to get 1 and supply blocking Idra here. Idra will try and intercept this. This could be very big if he manages to. Gonna find 4 Marines out of position here. Gonna be able to surround the rest here. Oh, a little blunder by Idra, not surrounding properly, and these Banelings will die. He will crash them into the Marauder. Marauder surviving with 2 health, and Idra gonna lose actually these Banelings. Surviving with only 1 Baneling, and not the best control by Idra. He could have gotten an easy surround here. He had enough Lings, but just barely manages to squeeze through the Lings. DDE actually pulls out ahead in that engagement. Now having his 3rd base up sooner than the Zerg, so Idra is not looking good here. He is producing a Spire, not going for Hive Tech yet, so he will be getting a lot of Mutas. I guess he has 700 gas saved up. That is 7 mutas that he can build as soon as he can. This little group of Marines will force the cancel on the hatchery, but if he's not careful, he might be intercepted by these Banelings. But Idra does not have enough. He needs to wait for these Marines to actually engage the hatchery, and hopefully he will catch DDE off guard. DDE is paying attention though, a nice split on these Marines will be able to save a few, and Idra now canceling this hatchery is now in danger of going down. 2 Lings actually killing 2 Marines, but this hatchery will go down. There is no way now that Idra can save it. And now it is 2 bases for Idra against the 3 bases for DDE. So DDE is looking so good here. And that's Match Crow Hatch still not doing much. Some mutas on the field now for Idra. He will finally have map control, taking the 3rd base at the exact same place as his Terran opponent. Now 2 missile turrets as well as a planetary fortress there. Will be able to secure that for at least quite a while. Tanks and Marines, so transitioning into a very standard play DDE is. He actually has a whole bunch of SCVs trying to mine gas here, so this was not intentional, guys. If you have more than 3, it is overkill. These mutas gonna try and pick off what they can at the front door of DDE's base, being able to pick off a few Marines and then just running back home. Idra double expanding behind this. I like this play. If you're behind, you need to do something big, and with these Mulisk, he actually has map control for at least a few minutes, so it will enable him to safely double expand, and if he can actually saturate these 2 bases, he will maybe be able to come back in this game. You can see the supplies very even now, and at this point in the game, the Zerg player should actually be approaching a maxed At 15 minutes, you really want to be maxed as a Zerg, or at least have insane tech or upgrades